All right, guys, welcome back. We're into a new training phase. So there's a little bit of a hiatus of videos whilst I was updating and editing that performance testing video that is up now. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. And we are using the results from that to build off this program. So the main things I had to work on were my eccentric utilization ratio. So basically my ability to rapidly eccentrically load in high forces, stop that momentum, and then turn it around and jump up. So that's how you put it in simple terms. Basically, if you were to do a slow squat down and then jump, you're not going to jump as high as if you quickly load and then jump as well. So I'm doing lots of plyos. Plyos help with that. But I also wanted to add in more plyos to this cycle anyway. So lots of plyos like you're seeing here, low intensity and then high intensity versions of certain ones. And then this cycle will also be lots of weighted jumps, jump sessions, all that kind of stuff. So you'll see everything I'm doing as it comes. But yeah, you saw that little plyo circuit I did at the beginning then, and now we are doing stiffness hops. I did this for 2 sets. I've just showed 1 set of everything here. So 2 sets of that. And then did 5 sets of 3 of these depth jumps, working on quickness off the floor. As my RSI was good, but he was like, I could work on getting that higher. So we're doing that as well. So the plyo circuit that I did was low intensive pogos for 10, low intensive single leg hops left and right for 10 meters, low intensive double leg hops for 10 meters. Then I did high intensity versions of that, which means jumping hard, getting off the ground quick of the same things, then into the stiffness hops, and then into these depth jumps. So I'm going to have two plyo days, Mondays and Wednesdays. It's going to go plyos today and then resisted sprints. On Wednesdays it goes plyos and then regular sprints. Although this is week 1, Wednesday I actually couldn't do the sprints because it was raining, so I did extra plyos. But yeah, that's pretty much what the schedule is going to look like. So after this, went into sled sprints. So I did a few sets at 20, then at 40, and then I backed it off to an empty sled and did 2 sets of that. So building up the weight for high peak forces, and then backing that off and getting a little bit of that post-activation potentiation for the lighter sets again, so I could move that weight quicker. So surfing the force velocity curve quite a bit with these sled sprints. So a quick overview of how it's going to work. I do legs on Monday, legs on Wednesday, and then Thursday is a jump session, but it's going to be a max effort jump session. So I'll do a little bit of dunking on 10, and then I'm going to set a marker up to heights between 11.4 to 11.6, and try and jump and touch those. So that's going to be about 10 to 15 max effort jumps, like jumping as hard as I can, full approach. And then Saturdays are going to be my dunk technique session that we now do with as part of Sydney Dunkers at Hoops Sports Performance near my house, that have been kind enough to let us do that every Saturday. And that's when I'm going to be dunking on low rims and practicing the technique of different dunks. And then eventually, once I get proficient with that, I'll start attempting those on 10 as well. So I like how that's going. I've always wanted to be able to do a dunk technique day and a max effort jumping day, but it was hard doing that all in the one session, which is what I was trying to do, because I'd get max effort stimulus from jumping at the Vertec on the Friday on my dunk session, but then I'd also try and practice trick dunks, but I was always doing it on 10, so it's hard to actually practice that. So after the sprints, we're into these squat jumps. We worked up to sets, pause sets, so with the bar, with 30, with 40, and then doing 2 sets of counter movements at that top weight of 40. So sets of 4 as well for these. So I'm going to be releasing 1 video a day until I catch up. These were from last week. I'm not looking at the program that I wrote out either. I'm just going rambling off memory and what I'm watching. So this was Monday. I'll release Wednesdays tomorrow, and then I'll release the dunk sessions and the jump sessions the next day, and then I'll catch up and do this week's Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And basically I'm just going to keep doing one a day until I catch up to the point where I am recording my workouts and then editing them later. That's always been the plan. I always get sidetracked with all my other stuff with work. So yeah, that will be the plan. Then after this, going for some strength. So reintroducing full squats, 4 sets of 4, 100 kilos for the first set, and then 110 for the next 3. But I'm just gonna, for the sake of time, just show the 100 kilo set and then 1 set of the 110, which we're doing here. So yeah, full squats been feeling good. Keen to really build these up again. One of the other aspects I need to work on as well is my hamstring strength. But not only just the total strength of both hamstrings, but also my right, because I tend to use my left a lot. So here we're working on both sides, doing 140 kilo RDLs, 4 sets of 4. I think it was 4. We'll find out here in the second set. So for 2 sets. So 1, 2. These I'm going to push like real heavy. As you can see, I don't need to go super low, just past the knee, and that's where I feel full tension on the hamstrings.